The Missouri Republican Party holds its presidential caucus this Saturday, all to weigh in on who should be on the November ballot.
Former President Trump is looking to win the caucus as Nikki Haley tries to win her first win of the campaign. The caucus itself acts as a last chance to see who will be running on the ballot come election time.
For the Republicans, they will all meet statewide tomorrow, 10 o'clock in their county courthouse, and they'll come together and pick from all the candidates. They'll debate, and then they'll vote, and then the delegates from that caucus will go to the state total and total up how it's going to come out.
After this Saturday, there will be 248 days until the general election come November.